wake up to the sound of your jarring alarm, feeling groggy and slightly disorientated. As you reach over to grab your phone, you notice a flood of notifications just waiting to grab your attention. Instantly, you decide that your next best move is to scroll through social media. What a fantastic idea! You get lost in an endless stream of posts, videos and memes, and before you know it, precious minutes turn into hours. And guess what? You're still lying in bed being consumed by the bullshit virtual world. The thing is, deep down, you know this isn't how you want your day to begin. You have goals, ambitions, and a burning desire to retire your parents. So why do you keep doing the same thing every morning, bro? It's because they've got you by the balls, and in more than one way. This is where many concepts like switching your phone into black and white mode come in. Now you might think that reducing your phone into black and white mode won't make that much of a significant difference and reduce how much you use your phone. But I'm telling you, I've experienced the positive effects firsthand. And not only this, but a mate of mine experienced the same shit and he noticed a massive difference. By removing the soul-grabbing temptation of the bright and vivid colours, you eliminate distractions and actually turn your phone into something that encourages focus and concentration. Not only does it make the screen look boring and unpleasing to the eye, it will also make you realise just how frequently you use your phone as a whole. This is because every single time when you check your phone for notifications and you see that your screen is in black and white, it serves as a reminder of just how frequently you instinctively go to grab that piece of shit. The boring and grey screen literally becomes a visual cue that reminds you of how many times you aimlessly check your phone throughout the day. Because you know you do that, don't you, bro? You little shit. Now, before my friend agreed to trying this out, I had to seriously force him. It literally took me months of reminding him and telling him how well it worked for me before he finally just said, "Okay mate, whatever, I'll do it." I kept pushing him because I knew that it would benefit him. And I was right, bro, because after 1 week, literally 1 week of my friend turning the screen into black and white, he called me up on the phone, yes, the black and white phone, just to tell me how amazing he was feeling. And he used to be the kind of person that would be using his phone for probably a minimum of 5 hours a day. He would use it first thing in the morning, he would use it last thing at night, and he was even sneaking off to the toilet at work so that he could scroll on his phone for 10 minutes. That's the levels that we're talking about here. He didn't own his phone owned him.
Things you own end up owning you.
But after changing his screen to black and white mode, my friend said he didn't even feel like he wanted to use his phone anymore. It was almost as if a switch had flipped in his brain. And suddenly he found himself with so much more time in the day. Instead of wasting hours mindlessly scrolling, he started feeling more present and engaged with everything in his life. He became grateful of the small things like being outside in nature, walking his dog, or just being with his family. And can you believe it? He, for the first time in his life, realised and felt just how shit social media was and how much it was holding him back. He said it made him realise that he felt like he had been living in a bubble for his entire life, constantly comparing himself to others and feeling average. But once he found something that made him able to break free from that cycle, he said he was able to start focusing on what truly mattered. He started to find more time in his life where he could do things like go to the gym and actually take care of himself properly. And not just physically, but mentally too. Because he also felt clearer in his thoughts and he felt more energized. And he finally worked out his purpose and what he wanted to do with his life. So when he called me up to share his experience, I couldn't help but feel inspired, and I just knew I had to share this video with you, bro. Turning his phone into black and white mode literally opened up a whole new world for him. So why does it work, bro? What's the bro science behind it? Well, basically, it's about tricking your brain and rewiring your habits. You see, our brains love colours, right? Especially vibrant ones that are commonly seen on our phone screens. So when we see bright and colourful things on our phone screen, it releases a chemical in our brains called dopamine, which is probably something you've heard about before. Basically, dopamine is like a little happiness boost that makes us feel good. But here's the thing, bro, because when we constantly chase these colourful things, we become addicted to them. It's like our brain gets addicted to the excitement and just wants more and more of it. And that's why so many people are spending upwards of 5 hours per day on their phone, like my friend used to do, and actually like I used to do. I used to be the same as well. But when you turn your phone to black and white mode, it's like taking all of the best quality street chocolates from the tin and just leaving that shitty toffee one that nobody likes in there. Basically, your brain doesn't get that instant burst of happiness. It's like placing a small barrier in between you and your distracting phone. And that's why you instead end up focusing on the actual important stuff. Your brain realizes that there's no longer any quick and easy excitement on your phone, so it looks for other ways to keep you entertained. And that's where the magic happens, bro. When you're not constantly drawn to your phone's bright colors, you start to really appreciate and look at the world around you. You become more present and focused on what you're doing and what's important. Your brain switches from seeking instant gratification to seeking real experiences. So yeah, the purpose of turning your phone screen to black and white mode is all about outsmarting your brain's desire for constant stimulation. It helps you to break free from the colourful distractions and become more productive. So how do you do it? Well, my phone isn't one of the popular ones that most people use, so it's probably not worth me showing you how to do it on my phone. But if you've got an iPhone or an Android or something common, you could definitely just search up on YouTube how to turn my phone to black and white mode, and it will show you a tutorial on how to do that. I have no doubt about that. Well, it will literally take you like 2 minutes to find a tutorial. Now I'm challenging you to try this for 7 days, bro. I guarantee you won't want to turn your phone back to colour mode afterwards. Believe you can, and you're more than halfway there.